Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Workers and Resources, and check out this train, man. This thing, because the prices are rising like globally, right, as time goes on, this train now exports almost 1 million rubles worth of stuff, like 240 tons of bitumen, 480 tons of fuel per trip. It's almost 1 million rubles now. So this thing just keeps escalating, man. And exporting fuel and stuff is a very good, nice, friendly, beginner way of making money on an ongoing basis. Using almost, I mean, it's so cheap, right? Like the amount of workers you need for the amount of money you make with it is insane. The other thing I want to talk about, not just that export, but there's a truck around here somewhere. I don't know where it went. It's maybe this one? Yeah, I got it. Zing. So this is our chemical truck. This chemical truck's responsibility is to takes 2.4 tons of chemicals, and it brings it over to the storage for people who are, making fabrics and stuff. But the thing is, this truck just keeps going back and forth because both that over there, it's pretty full, okay? The warehouse, they're dwindling it down over time, but it's pretty full. And this chemical storage is very full. And I like I like how this sort of went. Like, this is a good trial run for how chemicals should be in the game. Whoa, hey, what happened to my mouse? Hey there, that was weird. It's a good trial run for how chemicals are in the game. I like it. But today, we're going to take a look at the, let's call it the country's primary source workflow. So we've got the country's primary source for food workflow that we worked on over there. We have currently, I guess, we'll have, I guess, the current source for steel, the country's primary source for mechanical components, electrical components, the electronics source, right? We're doing all these things in like little tiny pods that are locally sourced for this area. And like it can provide it pretty much around the country. I don't think, if we keep going with giant, cities all around this huge map, like there's no way I'm going to do that. It's a long series. Like I might continue to build things, but like this series is not likely to have all of this stuff. I do want to maybe connect all of the pre-done cities, like the towns and stuff that were made. I would like to get them connected at least. It looks like we only have that one and then this one over here. I think that's it. Yeah, I think so. This is marking the other source for uranium. So, in any case, I think we're probably going to get to the point where we'll have to determine when the end of the series is. I'm not even close yet, but I'm not going to fill the whole map. So, when I say provides for the whole country, I'm implying that the whole country as I'm going to build it, not so much the entire map. As you scale out, you of course need to have more. So today we're going to talk about chemicals, right? So chemicals are this really complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated, but it is a little complicated, right? It requires so many inputs. This is the reason why it's so interesting. It takes gravel, wood, crops, and oil, as well as a power source. And when you do it that way... Oh, I'm still buying crops here. Hang on. Goodbye. Quit buying them. Get them shipped. When you build chemicals, when you make chemicals, right, you need all this stuff, and it doesn't consume a whole lot, right? Like 0.84 tons of wood, 0.72 tons of gravel, but you still need it, right? You still need a lot of it. So in this video, we're going to make a huge chemical operation, and there's a lot of pollution with chemicals. It's very, like, we're going to have like over 180 tons of pollution. To put that in perspective, our fuel plant, our gas power plant right now, produces 35.8. The thing I'm going to build today is going to produce almost 200 tons. So we're going to want this to be really far away from people. But we also need it to have connections for all of this stuff. So I've taken a look at everything, and I've decided chemicals are going to be located, because of all that pollution, they're going to be located over here in North Charlebinsk. So this area is pretty far away from people. It has reasonable access to the rail line because it's right here. And if we can get a train to this point, we can get a train anywhere in the nation, right? So that's the way this is all set up. And so what we want here is a couple of things. We want to have a local source of wood. We have lots of wood being produced here, but I would rather not take that supply away from boards and stuff. And then, honestly, like, it's not producing that much. I could get more trucks, but I never needed it. We don't have a whole lot of workers there. I can always increase it if I need to, but I'd rather not. I would rather have local source. And we're not going to be truckless here, but we're going to be mostly truckless here. Okay? The not truckless part has to do with the collection of chemicals and bringing it to warehouses. You'll look at that in a bit. One thing we're really going to need, though, is a very long train. We're going to need one very long train. And if that one train isn't enough, and I'll show you why we need that. But the reason why we, if for some reason we don't have enough going on with that one long train, I have a gravel source right here that I can tap into. I'd rather not do it, but I can. Okay, so let's set this up. Right, chemicals needs a lot of resources. I'm not going to work backwards this time. I'm actually going to work right from the beginning because getting the spacing right, that's something that we just want to play around with a bit. So what we have for chemicals, where is it? Right here. So we need gravel, wood, crops, 1.2 tons of oil as well. We're reasonably close to an oil supply, right? And that's it. And then power, right? So all of this stuff can happen. So chemical plants take up about this much big of a footprint. We are going to have, let's go with 12 chemical plants right here. Yeah, 12. How are we going to provide all that stuff? You'll see. Okay, so we're going to start, though, with where the trains come in. And the trains, I think we're going to get, we need a couple of things here. We're going to need a train aggregate unloading. This is for unloading the gravel. And where am I going to put you? Let's have you be... I want to get the spacing right, because if I go too close to this road, I won't have enough room. If I go too close to there, I won't be able to expand to gravel later if I want to. I'm thinking probably we'll go about here with you. Let's do it about like this. Trying to space it out. I think this is enough space, yeah. We're going to go right here with this. This is the aggregate unload, okay? Next, we're going to need the cargo train station. And the cargo train station is going to go right behind this. Kind of like right about here, I think. Yeah. Now, we're going to electrify this rail when we build it. Even though we probably don't have electric trains for this particular thing, we're going to do that anyway. Then this train line is going to be pretty long. It's going to go all the way down to about here. Oh, yeah. It's a long one, buddy. All the way down about here. Okay. Next, we need to look at how to get passengers in here. Train platform, 1,500 passengers. It seems like it's too much, but I like the shape of it. I think is the only reason. If I do the small one, I suppose I can probably get enough employees around in here, but I'd really rather just have big platforms, I think, in this case. The difference in resources is pretty negligible, but it unlocks the ability to do a lot of things for me. So I need to figure out where to place this. I'm thinking this passenger station, it's about spacing it to where it doesn't interfere with the gravel, right? So I'm going to put this about, let's say, and it also can't interfere with the factory connections either. So I'm going to go put it right about here for the first one. And let's go here for the second one. What about like so? I think that's adequate spacing, but I might be a little bit too close on these sides. We'll see how it goes later. All right, so to get the chemicals gravel, this is where we're unloading the gravel. We're going to ship gravel in from off source because we're overproducing gravel in every point where we have it. It's just sitting there doing nothing. So we're going to grab it with a train and bring it over here. We already have labor making gravel and we're making too much of it. So let's use the existing labor force to provide gravel for this area in exchange for a train. Yeah, I think so. Now to build all this stuff, I need to have a lot of different like construction offices and stuff. We're gonna have mostly local construction here. So I'm actually dropping in 2 additional construction offices right here. I'm gonna go ahead and buy them for 25 each. And these guys are gonna be focused. One of these is gonna be focused on, I think they're both gonna be focused on buildings, to be honest. If I can get this covered with, let's say, a couple of dumpers, maybe we go This is a pretty good one. It's got a lot, can haul a lot of stuff. So we'll have a couple of these. We're going to have a couple of concrete mixers. Let's say 12 tons is probably pretty good. This one seems like it's a little faster, so we'll get a couple of these. We're going to need a couple of bulldozers. We're going to need a couple of excavators. Let's get road cranes, open hulls. Yeah, like we could probably have like one of these. Yeah, let's just do 2 of these. No, one of these is fine. And then a tower crane, we're going to want 2 of these. This one's the fastest one, so we're going to grab 2 of those. We don't need rollers, that's for roads. We're going to need a bus to transport workers too. So let's have this one, and that's the big bus for this. So this construction office is going to auto search, of course, for any construction jobs that are in the area. I want it focusing on buildings. You can do conveyor pipelines and stuff if you want to, I suppose. Factory connections, yeah, whatever. It's fine. I'll probably just go ahead and buy the roads, but everything else needs to be done with resources here. So I need to hook you up to the supplies. For a workforce, let's have you head over. Do we have workers waiting here? Yeah, but like we don't really have a central hub where all the workers go, right? In this area, it's hard to get that because we just don't have that. I think probably this bus stop, but there's a lot of buses already getting workers from there. It'd be probably better off to have a big hub for people to go to. But I think for the time being, we're going to try to have you just get workers from that bus stop, I guess. From gravel, you're going to get that from there. Asphalt, you can get that from here. Concrete is happening there. We want steel to be generated. It's supposed to be getting dropped off here, but it doesn't look like it. Can we get steel? You know what? Borrow steel from there. Bricks, you're going to have to go all the way over here to get those because I'm not shipping them around. So we'll get... Whoops, hey. Autosave always deselects what I'm clicking on. Prefab panels, we'll get those from here too. Boards, grab those here. And then mechanical components, we're going to get those from this depot. And then we also need to start getting mechanical components to be in here. So I'm going to start doing that now too. I've got an extra train that's sitting in here doing nothing. And what I'd like this little tiny train to do, doesn't need to do a whole lot, but this little tiny train, what we're going to have you do is you're going to come in here. And your first job is to go... Well, which one of you is good? You got a lot here, actually. And quite a bit here, too. Okay, you're going to go all the way into here. And you're going to load mechanical components and electrical components. Okay? Then you're going to come all the way back. And you're going to drop them off in this warehouse. And you're going to wait till you're unloaded. And that's your route. And the hope with this is that by doing that, we can have the local construction offices over here have good access to the mechanical components and stuff that they need so that they can come over and build this fairly quickly. So we've got that sorted out. For this one, should we get vehicles in here for roads? Maybe we'll get like one of them, right? Like here's a worker bus. Here, have a concrete mixer. We'll get you one of these. Probably 2 of these. We'll get you a dump truck. Let's go with, I don't know, that one is fine. We'll get you a couple of bulldozers, a couple of excavators, and then 1 tower crane. There we go. Let's get you a roller. We'll get you a paver, and we'll get you a... I think covered hull is needed too. Yeah, we're going to need covered hull stuff on this too, just because I don't think there's any... I didn't get a covered hull truck over here, so it's not going to be able to take mechanical components and stuff that it needs. So we'll get at least 1 covered here, and I think we'll go with this one. And we'll just have that be a thing. I probably missed something in here somewhere. I think I got mostly everything, though, that I needed. I think. And then same thing here. For workers, we're just going to go to this bus stop for now. And then gravel, we'll get it from here. Asphalt, we'll get it from here. Concrete is here. Steel, we'll grab it from... dang it. Steel, that's a quick autosave, man. We'll get the steel from here, let's say. Actually, you know what? We can grab the steel. For this office, let's go ahead and grab that steel from here. So there's a lot more of it sitting here. Bricks, same thing. Come over here. Prefab panels from there. Boards from there. Mechanical components will now be here and here. Okay, so everything is set for these construction offices, and they can auto search for jobs, including road jobs. These guys can do road jobs too. Okay, so we're gonna let them go, let them do their thing. I don't know if they're gonna leave and do anything because they're not actually leaving. Oh, there we go. One covered truck is leaving. That's cool. We got a couple of, we got one flatbed and stuff over here. And, you know, they can haul vehicles or whatever for the people who demand that I do that. There you go. Okay, so let's get back on track. Now that we have construction crews that can go out and do things, let's get back on track and try to lay things out for them. So we have all of these different buildings in here for the railways right now. I want the rail to come through here. This one's not in the way, so I'm going to have this one happen pretty quickly. And it's going to come down here with it. So we're going to keep passenger trains separate from cargo trains by having 4 rails coming through here, okay? And then at some point, these rails are going to have to cross because the trains are very long. I don't know at what point that is because I don't know how long the trains are yet. But I think you can have like 30 cars on a really long train. So like it's probably going to go even beyond this. I'm going to go a little bit further. I'm thinking it's going to be at least that long. And then on this side, we want to go underneath the conveyor belts that are going to be here. So let's take a look at this. Conveyor is going to go across. And it's going to go about, I think like this should be okay. Hopefully. And then we'll get the rail to go underneath this. There we go. Yep, as far over as we can go. And it meets up with this track. All right, so we're going to have 2 passenger trains with a fair amount of people. We're probably going to have 4 passenger trains, to be honest, just to keep them on alternating schedules. So while one's picking up people, the other one's already on its way to bring more people, etc. So we'll probably have 4 trains. They're going to go into here in an alternating schedule and into here in an alternating schedule. Okay, so next, let's take a look at conveyors on both sides. So we're going to just take the conveyor here on this side, and I'm going to have it come out to about, it just needs to come out long enough for the road connections from here to get under it, or I could go this way, which is probably what's going to happen. We're going to need 2 bridges, one on each side, in order to get all the road connections, and I'm going to say probably this is far enough. I'm hoping that that's far enough. Let's mark that, and it might help me to get even closer to this, but this is the only road connection here. So, to be honest, if I could, yeah, this rounds and goes that way, which is what I need it to do. So we'll have you say going like that. This will meet up there, and this can then hopefully come around and meet up here too. Hopefully that's good enough. We'll see. Road connections are the biggest pain in the butt for this little arrangement here. But I got a plan, and I'm pretty sure it'll work, so I just want to see it out. I might have to adjust it as I go for spacing, but we'll see. Okay, so in order to feed 12 chemical plants, we're going to have 6 of them on each side of the track. And in order to do that, for all the gravel that we're going to need, I need 4 total large aggregate storages, which means I need 2 of these on each side. So I'm going to have this, and I could probably spread this out a little bit, but the closer... Honestly, I think I probably should use an engine just to make it easier to get roads underneath it in case I need it. So I think I'm going to use engines here. It's a lot more expensive. No, engines aren't that pricey. Yeah, resource-wise, they're not that bad. But the conveyor belts themselves are already going to be pretty expensive. But the engines have an advantage because they bring the belt up, which lets me put roads underneath them. So I'm going to go until I have the stakes kind of spaced out, about like this. Should be good. And then we'll go about like that. And another one will go out, let's say, ooh, hello. Here we go. Go out about like, say, almost, wait for it. There. Okay. So this is going to kind of spread them out. And then we need 2 aggregate storages on each side of this, or one on each side of it, right? So we'll have one that goes about like, am I getting out too far? No, I think I'm all right. for the gravel's sake. We'll get it out to be about here. This doesn't need to be very far away. We're putting roads underneath this. So we'll put the aggregate storage about, let's say, I have to figure out where my chemical plants are going to be on the outside here. I think this will be okay. If not, I can always use engines to push it to where they need to go. So we'll have one there. And we'll have another one, let's say, right about here. And we're going to want it to be connected to only one part. Yep. All right, there's two. On the other side, I don't think I need a road to go underneath these, but it's one of those just to be sure things, I think. So we'll get these to be spaced out again, just for the sake of planning. And we're going to go this. I think we'll go this way with this one. About like that. And then this one will come over on this side. Again, space it out to where we can have those stakes kind of separated like that. And then I should be able to get a road underneath there. If I need to, I can do it. And then large aggregate storage will be featured. Am I too close to the road? I think I'm all right. Yeah, I think I am. We'll come over and have this be here, let's say. And another one will be right about here. All right, save for the consideration of roads. I think this is currently going to satisfy our gravel requirements. Now, of course, the train for gravel is going to come in here with like 30 cars. It's going to drop off like 2,000 tons of gravel, and it's going to be evenly divided amongst all of these every time it gets delivered. So about 500 tons each. We should be able to make the next delivery before this supply of gravel is exhausted by the chemical plants, again, provided that we have enough labor to like fully saturate every building. And if it's too much, then great. We're going to have more than enough gravel, and that's even better. So there's our gravel. So let's take a look at what we're going to have for this. This is the cargo yard, cargo station. Yeah, cargo train station. This is going to be responsible for bringing crops in. And crop storage is no better suited. There's no building better suited for crop storage than the grain storage, right? The warehouse can store 520 tons of crops, but the grain storage can do 800 tons. And all we need is 800 tons. So we're going to have it be like this. Now, this is where the complications for the road comes in, because now we're having factory connections. So I think I'm going to have to do one on this side. You know, if I do it this way, it might be easier. It could be. If I'm going underneath this, which I don't know if I am, I might go around there. Where's this road going? Can I see where this road is going? Is this road gonna... Yeah, it's gonna have to be on this side. So let's actually... This is probably a lot smarter to do the roads first. Make sure we can go underneath the conveyors. Yep, so there's that. And this road will go out this direction. All of these will meet up with that road. So we're gonna have you round, perfect, and get into there. We'll have you round and get into there. This one can go straight to this side like that, and then you can meet up there. Good. I'm completely fine with everything being asphalt roads here. I know it's not necessary, but for the simplicity of just doing this really quick and the fact that we have tons of resources to make this work over time, not to mention tons of money I can just pay for it, I'm gonna go ahead and let it happen. So this road's on this side, which I kind of like, and I'm gonna extend this out just a little bit more. And then most likely these roads will cross at some point, but I'm going to do it way down here, I think. Just because, again, the trains are going to be very long, and it might be a while. If this thing's pulled in, it might be a while before vehicles can cross. There is also an alternative solution to this, which would be to have any road we have over here cross over here, because there won't be anything really obstructing this unless the cargo train is in here, of course. So there's merit to having a train track go through here too, or a road. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark that because that's totally possible. Okay, so where are we at now? Factory connections, right. Now that we know where the road's going to be, I think I'm going to have this grain storage go on this side for the road. But I need it to be far enough away to where this road here can wrap around, and it's going to have to be a bridge. We have to have 2 bridges on each side because of factory connections. I might be able to get away with one. Can I get away with one bridge? I mean, I don't have to connect this on both sides, do I? So might be able to get away with one bridge. That's entirely possible. No, it's not. It's not. The reason for the bridge being necessary is not because of the cargo station. It's because of the grain storage. At some point, each grain storage needs to have a road connection, and I have to cross the factory. So I think I'm going to go this one as close as possible. And then this one here, if I can get it to face this direction, but also have enough room to get a bridge over. Ooh, that's very hard to do. I think we'll have to face it this way. And I could put it here if I don't have this road. Okay, you know what? I think this road is... It's a secondary objective, right? It's not the core that I want to do here. Hello, save game. Yeah, so let's put this here instead. This will make the bridge a lot easier, actually. So we'll go like this. Presumably, then, our bridge will have to be structured to where this road comes up. And then it can start to curve that way. Yeah, so we'll have it go about there and then curve this direction. But it's going to have to curve up. It's going to have to curve up, guys. I don't know. Let's have it go maybe about here. Yeah, let's go maybe here with it, and then we'll bring this bridge up from here. And we just need it to be up high enough for a factory connection to meet up with it later. So we'll say it goes about like... This is a long video, man. I'm going to take you through the whole process, man. I'm not skipping anything. So if you're in here for the long haul, this is like Chemicals Part 1 and Chemicals Part 2, probably. Let's go in here. And I want to get this to be just spaced out enough to where I can get a factory connection underneath you. Come on. Give me that factory connection. Aw. Okay, that's... Maybe will work. I don't actually know. There's only one way to find out if that works, right? Let's try this and see if that works. So factory connections. Can we get you underneath this? Okay, I can do that. That's acceptable. If you'll let me do that, I'm in. Okay, I'm in. Good. So with that bridge being there, we should now be able to have this road come over like so. Bring it down. Yep, bring it down like this. And then bring it all the way down and meet up with this road. It's okay. I'll just go like this and curve it. Nope. No snapping allowed. And curve it. There we go. And then for this part... Oh, no way. Okay, hang on. Can I do this? No! Bad. Oh, wait. I saw green, but I don't think it was the right green. Nuts. Can I make a waypoint between this? No, I can't. All right, so this is too close. We have to restructure this, but at least I have that bridge there. So if I can then try this, go out just a little bit. Well, no, I'm going to have to go out a lot more than a little bit, right? Because this has to meet up with it. So yeah, it's just not. All right, I got an idea. Try this. Go about like, say we go like this. Hook you up. Not quite. It's got to be perfect, you know? Just got to be right on the money. Straighten it out. This has got to work. Okay, got this, and we've got this. Now the bridge can come off of this part, so we can get rid of this like that, and then the bridge can come up and over like this. Hopefully, yeah, there it is. Got it. Okay, they are all in. Feeling good. There's our first bridge. That's the most complicated part of this. So let's get the grain on the other side. And this might look chaos. Like, what does he do it? It'll all come together and it will all make sense in the end. Right? It's all up in my noggin. I'll show you. Let's have this one be right about like that. As close as we can get it, really. Come on. Yeah, there it is. And then this side, we're going to do the same thing. Probably as close as we can get it. This is pretty good. You have adequate space for my road to go around, so call that good. Okay. We have our 4 grain silos. Let's get this connected to the road network too. And then after that, everything is easy. As soon as the road connections are done, it's all a piece of cake. So I want to get the bridge put in, and it's got to be over top of factory connections. So And then if you're wondering about factory connections as well, over here this is super simple. Here you go. See? So this is all connected to a forklift network now. From over here, we're going to have to put it kind of like, I think probably around here should be a good place for this. It's just a little challenging to figure out exactly where this road is going to have to be. So I'd rather start the bridge first because I know the bridge will be necessary. So I'm going to go out about this far. So I need to go in 2 steps because that creates that connection point that I can get onto. See, about there. Now I can have separate connection points. So I can go here, and then this one's going to wrap and go like that. Okay. The bridge is going to come up and over from here. I use this specific bridge. If you're wondering, like, how do I choose which one to use? It's because the pillars, the distance between pillars, this is the important part. 20 meters, it's harder to work with. You can do more extreme curves, but it's harder to work with this one than it is to work with one with 24 meters. I could do this one if I want to do a really, tighter, 14 meters. And then there's things with trolleys, which can go bigger distances as well. Then you start getting into big arch bridges. These are more expensive and they're much wider out, but you also have to go longer distances to get the different pillars and stuff for supports. So I find that this one is a pretty good balance because of the 24 meters. We could also do this one. It's 27. I mean, it doesn't matter. I just like this one, so I tend to use it a lot. So we're going to go out, and I think right about here is going to be good. I'm hoping that this is adequate. Let me just space that right about... Come on, right there. Okay. Now, can I get you? Yep, just like this. And perfect. On this side, right there. Okay, let's get the road to come down now. And actually, I think this might be too high. I don't think I need to go that high. I might be able to get away with going lower. Yeah, like this. Just a little bit lower. And then I can come down from there. Perfect. And all the way down, can I? Yep. And then can I cross through here? Oh, got it. Those engines, dude, they raise that conveyor belt up. It makes it able to do it. Okay, all the road connections for this are done. These are easy because they're going underneath the conveyor belts. So if you're, looking for these to be hooked up, it's super simple. You just do it, It's a whatever kind of situation. There you go. Okay, road connections, done. We're already into about $1 million. We have $2 million worth of construction right here. 2 million rubles. But, look at my money. Yeah, you see it. Okay, so. Next, then, is hooking up all the factory connections to forklifts and then talking about where chemicals are going to be at. And then I also need to make sure that people can reach their destination. Most likely the core travel paths that people will take, which I don't know which ones those are yet. But those core travel paths will make those the upgraded road with streets so that they can walk faster on those roads. So let me take and look at factory connections really quick. And I'm just going to make a couple of different ones. It might look wasteful, but it gives me more connection points for the purposes of getting forklifts and stuff settled. So we're going to do something like... and that you have to kind of plan out where your forklifts are. There is a strategy to this. It's not just willy-nilly because forklifts need road connections and you're also going to need to refuel them. So I'm going to need to look for maybe here. And then I'm going to get one on this side. Yeah, I think like about here. Like this. Maybe like that. And then another one is going to go right over here probably, but we'll see. Next then... We could do this side too. Forklift garage. We're going to have this be right here in the middle of this. Like this. Yep. That gives the forklift connection to the road so that it can go refuel if it needs to. It also allows us to refuel this directly with fuel trucks. So we have to keep them connected to the road network. Okay, so for gravel, let's see. We need to connect it to chemicals. So we'll go into the chemical plant. And to get 12, we need 6 of these on both sides of the tracks. So I'm going to take and kind of space these out a little bit here. I'm going to go on that side. Can I have it on that side? This is a challenging road, isn't it? Getting this on the road network. Oh, we're face the roads to the outside on all of these. Sorry. All of these chemical plants, they all face the outside. And that makes it a lot easier to connect them up. So we'll have this be... I want it to be here, but I want it to be the other for conveyor belt connection. Can I have the other conveyor connection? Yeah, like that one. Okay. And then you connect here. By connecting the factory connection, we can get the crops to go into here. And by connecting this, we get the gravel instantaneously there too. So very, very convenient that way. And then we're going to want another connection right about here. Right there. Like so. Okay. Next, let's just keep placing the chemicals. Hey there. Right there. Hopefully we can get, yep, like that. And then we need a factory connection from this side to work with it too. Ooh, can we have that? Can I have that? Aww. Yep, like that. Jackpot. As long as the road comes out. It sure does, easily. Okay. So that's 2. We need, again, 6 on each side. I'll probably only build 4 on each side to start and then leave 2 of them kind of up in the air in case I want to expand. Most likely I don't need 12, but I'm going to have 12. At least space out for 12. And I have more than enough for like bringing people in here to work. So the next chemical plant is coming on this side, and we have lots of roads over here. And that makes it harder to get the forklift network connected. However, if we remember, we're already connected over here. So if I can maybe get the forklift network to stretch out and come out this way, that would be pretty convenient. So why don't I get rid of this? And if I can possibly get you maybe like this, let's say. Can I get you to come through here? I might need to space this out just a tad bit more. Yeah, I might need, well, here we go. This works. Almost. I saw it. It was right here. Okay, I'm going to respace these out and redraw them up. So I'm going to demolish these and then try to redraw them. Something like this, right? So we can get it all the way through there. Yeah, like this. And that connects both of these up to the forklift network now. But I would like another intermediary here for the sake of flexibility and moving things around, as well as for the idea of being able to get a forklift maybe right in here. So I'll have this go about like that right there. And then I can maybe get a forklift garage in here with a road connection that comes through here. So we'll just for the sake of flexibility, being able to do that is a nice idea. And of course, I'm making enough money to where if I want to just auto purchase fuel for forklifts, I can. They don't take that much fuel. It's not that big of a deal. It probably would cost me more to buy a truck and have it shipped all the way over here than it would to just auto purchase it right where it is using NATO money, because like we're really close to the border too. So we're really close to both borders, honestly. So whatever. And anyway, so these are both connected for the crops. And then we can start wrapping this path now around this way and getting that hooked up with the other stuff. So I'm going to space these out and fiddle with these and how they're positioned. And I'll be right back. And I think that's it. I think that's done. Yeah, pretty much. So we have, at this point, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chemical plants. 3 of them hooked up to each gravel storage. A nice connection for forklifts with 1 and 2 forklift garages here and here. I think 8 forklifts is probably enough to facilitate everything that's needed here, because really the only thing that has to be moved is, well, crops, right? Crops is like the only thing that has to be moved. But there's also going to be wood that needs to be moved too. Yeah, all right. We'll have another one. It's like one of those things where better safe. You know what I mean? So I think I will put another one on this side. Yeah, I could put it pretty much anywhere. I've got it spaced out to where I could put one here, for example, and it hooked up to the road network. You know what? We'll add it if we need it. We'll add it. I don't know if we'll need it. So we need to do the same thing on this side. Kind of getting everything spaced out. We already have the grain silos hooked up to the network. So now it's, again, just a matter of positioning chemical plants so that they are hooked up to the storage for gravel. I can't decide if I want to move this a little bit closer, but I think I'm going to pass on that. These chemical plants have to be close to where passengers get off because passengers have to walk to them. So it's a good idea to have them sort of spaced in a way where they can do that pretty easily. I feel like this gravel storage should be over here more, though. And I think they're too far this direction. Passengers are getting off on this side over here. Yeah. So, like, I think we can reach there, but I don't know if we can reach, like, one that's way over here, for example. I don't know about that. So if I move these over a little bit, I don't think there'll be any harm to that. So I'm gonna do that really quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got the first two in. I'm finding it easier to start from the side that has the factory connections. Originally I was like placing them over here, and I just kind of went, whoa, wait a minute. I don't know how the factory connections are. So like, if you're doing something similar to this yourself, I think always start on the end with the most difficult connections, and you'll probably be fine. So we've got two chemical plants in here, as well as a forklift right there. And this forklift is in kind of a weird spot, though, because it only connects to this. We don't actually have a connection that's consistent through here, so I actually need to remake this. Let's leave that in for now if I can, and see if I can get this position to where it meets up with both of those sides. Yeah, like that. Now that's a much better connection for this. And then the road is still on that side, so we just do this, and then here we go. Okay. Easy. Okay, so we have two chemical plants connected to this storage. So we want 3 connected to each one. So that means we only need to connect one on this side, which makes things a little bit easier. We want to make it long enough to where we can fit a factory connection underneath the conveyor belt. So we'll go about like that. And we don't want to go too far out because then it increases the walking distance, right? So it's about managing how far out you can go to still have walking so that you don't need any other types of transportation. Let them be able to walk themselves to work, right? And of course, I can play around with bridges and that kind of stuff. Maybe even use the pedestrian tunnels. That might make things, as someone else said, I think they used the word awkward, which I like the look of bridges. All right, I don't think it's a problem. But, you know, you can make a more direct route if you use the tunnels. So I suppose hashtag tunnel life. So we'll go in right through here. You know, a lot of you know. Now this might be a challenge. So it looks like the way I have this angled, I'm not going to be able to connect 3 of them here. There's just too extreme on this side. So I'm going to have to actually demolish this one. It seems like a pretty easy fix though. We'll just go large aggregate storage. And then we're going to need to angle this just a little bit differently. So probably about here is better for this on the angle. And then the road connection is still there. It's still just as good to use that. So we'll go about there just to make sure. There we go. And then we want the factory connections coming through here, at least to here, just to make sure we can clear this conveyor belt. So we'll go through like that. And then bring on the chemicals. That's 3, right? Yep. So we want another one. Again, the roads are, on this particular build, the roads are all facing to the outside because we're going to have a big, well, you'll see. It's an easy connection. We also want to leave enough space between buildings so that we can get that oil connection too. Because remember, we have oil that's needed in all of these buildings as well. And they're all going to get hooked up. Yep. Underground pipes galore, baby. So let's go in. I think probably about here is good. We should be able to connect this up. Again, leave enough space to get the conveyor belt, or to get the factory connection underneath the conveyor belt, and also to get that oil connection in. So I think it's probably better to put it right about like this. Yeah, about like that, I guess. This is gone, but that's still going to be good. And then we want to have, we only need one on this, so the other 2 are going to be on this side. So we just need to get this factory connection under like so. Yep. I'm not sure what's up with this road connection signal. I feel like that's just misplaced, right? Like, see, I see another one here too. It's not a road connection. That's a conveyor belt connection. That's very, and it's odd when that does that. Yeah, this is not, oh, it is. It works. I didn't think it was spaced out enough, but it is. It's fine. We want a forklift garage, I think, on this side. So we'll pop that in. I can do it like this. Yeah. And then we just bring the road in and hook that up like that. All right. So two more chemical plants. All right. So we have a total of 12 chemicals connected in this area, right? Look at this place. It's so wild. I like it though, isn't it? Let's go ahead and verify or lock in or whatever you want to call it, all the construction that's pending so that I don't like accidentally do something I'm going to regret. And conveyors, all that stuff. Let's just get it all locked in. Yep, no pipes and stuff yet. So this is our chemical arrangement, right? We bring in all the things we need except for wood. So let's do the final part, which is wood.